Hello, everyone. Dr. Vicky here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center. It's time for Taroscopes again. We're going to be doing the Taroscopes for the sign of Capricorn. That's Capricorn Sun, Capricorn Moon, Capricorn Rising for the month of April. Yeah, we're already at April. And boy, it has been a very, very active 9 year. 2025 is a 9 year. Before we get started, with all of this, I want to welcome my new subscribers. Thank you for joining this wonderful community of like-minded souls. For those of you who've been following me for years, thank you so much. I appreciate your support. We've been through a lot together, and we will continue to move with as much ease and grace as we can manage uh, into the unforeseeable future. Unforeseen's future. That's what I want to say. Sorry, in case that first word wasn't good. Um, and to my members, thank you for joining my membership. I really do appreciate the support. If you're interested in membership, I do have 2 levels, um, and they get some extra things, uh, and they usually get things first. So that's how it's set up right now. Okay, so let's stop with that and let's get into the astrology. Okay, just give me a moment here. All right. Oops, come on now. Cooperate. I kind of do this on the fly, as you probably figured out at this point. And okay, there we go. All right. So we're looking at April 2025 for everybody. And these are the cards associated with the vibrations of April. April is the 4th month. We look at the Emperor card, which is the 4 card. This is where the Emperor sits on the Tree of Life, connecting the Sephiroth of Uranus to the Sun, making Uranus-Sun aspects pretty powerful at this time. We have the year vibration, the 9. As I said, we're in a 9 year. That's the Hermit card that's located here on the Tree of Life. It's associated with the sign of Virgo. Pretty much, yep, everybody born in the 60s and a little bit in the late 50s and the early 70s have Pluto and Virgo. And so Pluto is your soul in your chart. So this is an important year for the Pluto and Virgos out there. And then if we take these 2 vibrations and add them, we get the vibration of the month and the year, which is the death card. This is 13-4 vibration. It's located here in between the Sephiroth of the Sun and the Sephiroth of Venus. So Venus-Sun connections are also highlighted. And we had a Venus retrograde cycle last month in March, and we had the start of the Aries star point when Venus and the Sun conjoined in Aries. Okay, so we start the month, and we're going to look. So these are the things that are happening. I'm not going to go over them here because I go over them in the next slide, but these are some of the important things that are happening in April that will affect your chart. So now I just need to get to Capricorn here. Oops, went a little bit too far. Okay, here we go, Capricorn. So here's your chart. This is with Capricorn on the ascendant here. So this applies to Capricorn risings when you look at it, but of course, it affects all Capricorns. One of the things that I do with these charts is that I color code things. And so things that are in blue are water, things that are in red are fire, things in yellow are air, and then things in green are earth. And we can see that, well, we have some earth. We have the south node of the moon in earth. We have the sun in earth. You are an earth sign. The sun moves through your 5th house of creativity, self-expression, children, luck, fun. And of course, Uranus is there. Uranus has been there since what, 2017, I believe, or is it 2018? I think it was 2000. Well, either way, a long time. And actually is soon to actually go into the next sign for a little bit, but not this month. So Uranus still that sort of unexpected rug gets pulled down from under you situation around issues of the fifth house. And we also have a new moon in Taurus. The new moon is actually later in the month. It's April 27th. We have that new moon. It's at 8 degrees of Taurus, and that is in your fifth house. New moons are about new beginnings, and the fifth house is the house of creativity and the house of children, and the house of fun. So this is a good time to plant a seed for any one of those things. We can see we have a lot of fire this month, and we have, let's see here. We have Saturn. Well, yeah, let's do the fire. Neptune, at the end of last month, moved into Aries and will be there for a bit. And then it moves back into Pisces later in the year, and finishes up next year, 2026, in Pisces, and then moves into Aries and is in Aries for 14 years. So this is the beginning of something new. And Neptune in that fourth house of soul. This really is an opportunity to really get in touch with the deepest parts of yourself with this energy and sort of connect with that the morphogenic field that is air. It is Neptune in the sign of beginnings, in the sign of putting your intention in. So it's a very powerful time. And of course, we're gonna have 14 years of that, so we'll have plenty of time with it. But this is sort of new for you because this is the first time Neptune's been in this sign for like 151 years, I think, something like that. All right, we have Pluto in your second house. That's going to stay there for 20 years, so you're going to get tired of seeing that. Mars moves from Cancer into Leo. Let's see when that happens here. Mars. Mars re-enters Leo on April 18th. Remember, Mars went retrograde at the beginning of December 2024 at about 7 degrees of Leo. So it's still not out of its shadow, but it is at least moving forward. And now in fire, it's been in water for a long time. And it's been an emotional Cancer, and it will be an emotional Cancer for half the month. So we still have these really big feelings, taking action on them. We really have to watch about frustration, and having the anger work against you. Once it moves into Leo, it flows easier. The fire flows, with the Mars energy, but that also increases the chances of combustion. And it's in your sixth house of other people's money and also shared resources and shared values that you have. So Mars in there can be very passionate, but passion can work both ways. We do have we actually start the month with a full moon. The full moon is happening on the 12th. It's at 24 degrees of Libra. So the sun in Libra the moon in Libra and the sun in Aries. This is the axis of identity. And so we can come to terms with who we are and who we relate to. We can come to terms with our own identity. The full moon is in your 10th house. So it's not hidden. It's not hidden. Your sun is, the moon is not. So it's almost like your feelings are going to be seen more than your actual beingness, which is much more a sun vibe, as it were. We have Venus stationing direct on the 16th in Pisces, I believe, and then she moves into Aries at the end of the month. Okay. Venus ingresses into Aries on the last day of the month. It's interesting because the nearer the last day of last month, we had Neptune ingress into Aries, and now at the end of April, we have Venus ingress into Aries. And that is a powerful energy because Venus is coming out of her retrograde cycle and still not out of her shadow, but coming out. So there's a real feeling this month of emergence, emergence after a very, very challenging March. All right, so that's what I see for you guys. Let's see if there's anything else I want to say. No, I think that's good. All right, so now we'll get on to the reading. Okay, stop the share. All right, here we go. All right, I decided on these. These are the crow. It's funny because the same woman does both of them, but so this is a general reading for the sign of uh, Capricorn. All right. This does apply to Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I find the readings work, the tarot readings really resonate with the Sun, but sometimes it's not the Sun, sometimes it's the Ascendant. So I always, after I do these, I always see what I said because I don't remember anything I say. And as soon as it's in and out, I don't remember what was said. So I have to go back and actually do the readings for myself. All right. Ooh, we start with the Ace of Swords. So we start with a big action. And this is an action that has changed everything. Now, whether you have picked up the sword, this is the sword of truth. This is a decision has been made. There's a sense of rebirth here. We can see that the bats in the sky, bats are symbolic of rebirth. They're also symbolic of the energy of seeing things from a different perspective, right? They sleep upside down, but they're not sleeping, they're not hanging around, they're flying. And so they're seeking out opportunities. They're taking action and seeking out opportunities. What crosses that for you? You feel the Eight of Swords here. You feel like you're not necessarily, you have to be very careful with your words. That's what I want to say. Your challenge is to take the action, assert yourself, but you have to be very careful about the way you say it. Or there feels like there's a restriction around about the way you say it. And so generally the Eight of Swords, when I see that card, I usually think, well, the mind can be a trap in this case, but the feelings and the intuitions and the instincts, you may have to depend on those a little bit more. So say less, but um, move in the direction that your instincts take you. That's how I would. So whatever big action this is, it is a big deal for you, and it is a big deal in general. But if you can follow, use your body in a way to help you to connect with things that the mind don't necessarily have sway over. Okay, let's see underneath it all. We have the Queen of Cups. Yeah, this sort of reiterates what I just said. This is about diving deep, right? Diving deep into the feelings, deep into the emotions, right? Maybe even like, this is an orca, they're mammals. They breathe air. And so maybe it's about holding your breath and diving in, which I really feel like you have. It's just that you know, you guys are righteous, but you're not a sign that's going to take uh, a big action like that unless there's some sense of um, that it's going to be successful, or that that it hasn't been well thought out. So you've done all your due diligence here, and I really feel like it's come from a really deep part of yourself. Now that very much could be the fact that, oh, I don't know, Neptune just moved into your fourth house, which is kind of that, dive deep energy. Or that you just came out of 16 years with Pluto, which is about diving deep, right, in your sign. So you have changed profoundly from who you were 16 years ago. And it's not just because you're older and it's more there, it's deeper. It's Pluto. It's Pluto. You really, with Pluto, you have to surrender. You don't have a choice. Um, and so you have, and you're coming from a much deeper place. In the past, we have the Three of Cups. So this is friendship and celebration. This is hanging out with your peeps, finding people of like mind, drinking, celebrating that which the things you have in common. All the threes in the tarot are located in the Black Sephiroth up there in Bina, and it's connected to the divine feminine. So this is really like a sense of community, of finding people who drink from the same cup perhaps as you, not metaphorically, not necessarily literally. In the sky, ooh, we have the Three of Pentacles. Yeah, this is a Capricorn card. This is a Capricorn card, and it's one of my favorite. I love the Three of Pentacles. Even though, like a lot of the political, or when I do political readings, sometimes it comes up as dark money, or the oligarchy, or well, maybe not so much the oligarchy, but the real people who like pull all the strings. But in the sky, this is being recognized for what you're good at, or given an opportunity. Like there's opportunities for you uh, to put your energy in something that's going to be lasting. But it's going to take a lot of stamina. This is hard work, but we can work really hard and feel, and at the end of the day, you're exhausted and depleted. And you can work hard, and at the end of the day, you're tired, but you're fulfilled. That the fulfilled energy is this card. And so there's opportunities there. There's opportunities out there. You have a lot of talents. You have a lot of and a lot of acumen. And now you have this added like depth of soul. Um, you're a hot commodity. Look what we have in the immediate future. The Queen of Wands. This is the sustainer of spirit, the sustainer of spirit. She is in charge. There's warmth here. There's a relaxed sense. I don't know if you've ever seen these guys. They just like loll around unless they're hungry and they have to fight, or they have to protect their young, or they have to hunt, which of course females in the lions do all the hunting, right? So then it's a whole different, it's an interesting sort of switch. But you have both those, and it's in your house, in your immediate future, which is pretty much the card of the month. So I feel like there's going to be opportunities for you to be with your family, or to be surrounded by the people that you love. I feel like this is a really almost a celebratory time for some reason. Um, yeah, I like that. It's good energy. How it's seen from the outside, we get the Page of Wands. You're seen as somebody who knows stuff and says it. Um, the Page of Wands is generally the messenger of the gods. Wands is fire. Fire is connected to spirit. So this is the messenger of spirit. So that's how people see you. And I would believe that is true. I'm thinking of one particular Capricorn. You know who you are. Your domestic situation, we get the Four of Swords. This is rest and retreat. Um, yeah, so there's, I feel like there's opportunities for some fun, but you also have to rest. And perhaps for the Capricorn, rest is fun. Do you know what I mean? Like, uh, rest is a way to have fun because you guys work so hard. Oh dear. Hopes and fears. The sun, illumination, illumination. You're hoping for illumination. We all are, I think. The outcome is the Seven of Swords. This is, seven is about knowing yourself. And the Seven of Swords is somebody who can see things that perhaps other people can't see. Um, if you're doing something where you're doing some sort of research or some sort of, especially like things like forensic stuff, um, getting down to the thing. This is the Seven of Swords speaks of maybe some things that have been unfair, but that you have uncovered or that you have seen. Because you've observed where other people have not necessarily ignored, but been quite so observant. Let me see if we can get a major arcana. Yeah, the world. Okay, all right. Okay, so I feel like somebody or something has been not uh, up and up, and we have the world, which means it's the end of that cycle. So I feel like whatever this energy is, by the end of, and this is like a feeling like you have to be really careful about the way you say things. Um, by the end of the month, I feel like that whatever that is will be resolved, and I think you'll be able to speak a little more freely. All right, let's see what's underneath it. The Ten of Pentacles, which is abundance. The Nine of Wands, which is about protecting your boundaries, protecting your money. Oh, and justice. So I feel like somebody tried to pull a fast one or do something terrible or something like that, and you took the action to stop it, and things are going to work out for you legally. So if you have a court case or something like that pending, if there's money involved, it looks like you're going to get maybe even more than you thought. Um, but even if you're just trying to make a point, which would be more of the porcupine energy here, making a lot of points, in the end, justice is served. So as long as you're on the right side of things, which I believe you are, um, you're good. This is an amazing month, Capricorn. Wow. Amazing month. Boy, that Neptune in the fourth house may serve you. Of course, it'll serve you. Serve you sushi. Oh no, it's in Aries now. Lamb. Sorry. All right. And I'm going to be doing a card. Let's see. Um, what do I want to do? I think I'll do a animal spirit. I have my animal thing on, so we'll do the animal oracle. All right. So this is just one more little piece of this reading for you this month. You gotta let me know like what cool things happen. If you don't want to share it, of course, in the comments, because it might be personal stuff, you can always email me, let me know how it worked, how it resonated. All that stuff I think is on the channel anyway, right? I'll find that stuff out. All right. Just a couple more quick, quick, quick shuffles. Sorry, I know it's noisy. I apologize. Just one more noisy thing. All right.